how to do this. Okay, so the way that this is broken down is it's really just broken down when you look at the GI tract. There's the GI tract, okay, and then there's the accessory organs that help with digestion. Okay, so the GI tract is the long tube that's going to, start at your mouth and end at your anus. Okay, so that's the tube, is the tract. Then the accessory organs are things that just dump into it. So the accessory organs are things like the teeth, the salivary glands, the tongue, they consider the tongue, the pancreas, the liver, the gallbladder. Okay, so they all are going to dump into it. So they're not considered part of the tract or the canal, but they're part of they're the accessory organs. Okay, then the tract, what we're going to do is we're just going to start at the mouth and go all the way down. Okay, so we start at the mouth, and then you go to the pharynx, and then you're going to go through the to the esophagus, hopefully, right? Esophagus, and then the stomach, the small intestines, large intestines, rectum, and then anus.
But the colon.
The large intestine is the colon. Okay, so the large intestine and the colon are synonymous. Okay, they're the same thing. So large intestine equals colon. That's what they call it. That's just another name for it. That's what the large intestine is.
Your large intestines are collapsed. My mother had her colon removed, so she didn't have her entire large intestines removed. Right. It's just the bottom portion.
There's parts of the colon, but they call it's the same thing. Yeah. Yeah. And there's different regions of the large intestines. There's like an ascending and a transverse and descending colon. So she could have part of her colon, but they couldn't remove the whole. Well, they can. I've had students, I have got them trying to dig and do the whole thing. And they just made a new record for the small intestines because he had such bad.
She has a ileostomy.
Okay.
So she took the, well, I don't know.
Here, I'll show you. Well, we'll talk about it.
Yeah.
And they might have taken it out if it's the ileum, because that's part of the small intestines. So hold on. Okay, so, and then the rectum. And anus, right? And then we do bye-bye poo-poo. Okay, now in between here, there's different sphincters that are going to regulate the flow of the food from one region to the next. And we can talk about them as we go through it. Okay, so let's do this. The cat is the best way to see what's on page. Well, let's just start on page 310. Okay, I'm recording the table, so you don't have to. Am I recording? Yeah. Okay. We'll try it. We'll see what happens. Then you guys could listen to it if you wanted to. Okay, so these models match that picture pretty close. So if we start up here, oh dear, I hate these things. Okay, so I think number 8.
Teeth.
Teeth. Okay, so number 8 is the teeth.
They have the tongue above the oral cavity for some reason. I don't know what that's all about. But
Yeah, so 7 is the tongue, right?
yeah, what's higher?
I actually had that as the oral cavity. That's not how they
Well, it's
Oh, I
the
think
top.
that's right though, because
Seven is the oral cavity.
look at the tube. Okay, look at the
Oh,
look
so
at the
that's
tube.
space. The
Yeah,
black is
the black
space.
is the space.
See, I was thinking it was attached, like you know how the
Yeah,
muscle's kind of
yeah.
attached or whatever.
Yeah, the gray is the space. That's the open space. So 7 is the oral cavity. Okay, and then 9 is the tongue. And then 1 is all the salivary glands. Okay, so let me show you the well, no, there's more detailed pictures of the salivary glands. We'll look at that on him. Okay, so salivary glands. Okay, then 2 is supposed to be the pharynx. Okay, and 3 is the esophagus. Okay, then 4 is the liver. 5, that's the gallbladder. Okay, so anytime you look at the gallbladder, it's going to be green. Okay, so gallbladder's green. Oh, okay. 10 is the stomach, right? Okay, I didn't even see it. All right, 11 is the pancreas. 12 is the small intestines. 6 is the large intestines. And then 13 is supposed to be anus. Did we get them all?
We did.
Yay! Okay, now the I want to show. I'm going to get the pad out one more time, okay, so that you can see that fat, and you can see all the parts on the cat pretty good. Do you want to do it at the end? Want to smell it up at the end, or you want to just go ahead and do it now? All right.
Let's do it now and then we'll be done with it.
Okay.
Ooh, the book.
Oh, I'm on a roll today. I'm not even touching.
What's going on? So now I'm not on the right page. Now I'm like back at Victoria. All right, so all the layers, the peritoneum and all that kind of stuff, and then the omentums, they're gross, but that's just the way it is. You get to be the chosen one. Or we could go over here. There's more room.
That's fine.
All right.
Send it to everybody.
I think we got different gloves. Mediums are smaller. Or else my hands. That's where I gained all my weight. Is in my hands.
It could be worse. Could be.
All right. Here we go.
Pork cat.
This is the last. I think this is the last time. The key.
What do you do with the cats after
They just go in the dumpster because they were preserved. Nothing supposedly can grow on them, so they're not biohazard. So we put them in a nice garbage bag so nobody can see them.
They're like, oh my god, who did that?
Oh my gosh, there's been a mass murder of cats at HCC.
You know, be up here.
Yeah. Okay, so when you look at him, kind of drying up, see it?
Yep.
Okay, so when you look, okay, so there's the liver, right? There's the liver. And then the gallbladder is kind of embedded, it's under the liver. So there's the gallbladder. And it does look green. Did somebody, here, you want to film it? So here's the liver.
Well, where?
Perfect. Yep.
There's the liver. We should have started doing that at the beginning of the semester, huh? There's the gallbladder. Okay, there's the stomach. There's actually food in there. And you can see where the bile from the liver has kind of bled out and made the stomach green.
Oh, yeah, there's food in there.
It feels
You can feel
lumpy.
it.
Yeah. Okay, and then the esophagus, we should probably go up here. The esophagus is behind
The trachea.
the trachea. And actually, I don't, where is his esophagus?
Posterior.
Huh? Where is it? Oh, there it is, right here. That tube right
Yeah.
there.
There it is.
Okay, so it's just smooth muscle, so it's all nice and flat.
Okay.
Okay, so there's that. All right, now, it's going to come down, it's going to go through the diaphragm. And where it goes through the diaphragm is called the esophageal hiatus. Okay, so there's a hole in there, so people get hernias there.
Hiatal hernias.
Hiatal hernias, and that a hole in the diaphragm where the esophagus goes, so it's bigger than it should be. Okay, and then it's going to go down to the stomach. Okay, the gallbladder is going to dump into the intestines, and you can't really see that here. Okay, now,
Pylorus.
yeah. Now, if you feel here, if you put on gloves, you can feel the muscles between, like that are controlling the movement of the food, the sphincters. Okay, so there's like
Like
a
the
pyloric
pyloric
sphincter right here that's going to control. And actually, his doesn't.
That's what my son had surgery on. It's sick. He was
Like a baby.
7 weeks old.
Oh, yeah, that makes
Yeah.
sense.
It's called pyloric stenosis.
So it was too small, and the food
Yes.
wasn't going down into his.
So they just slice the outer muscle
Uh-huh.
and it opens up
That makes sense.
because he was vomiting. They kept thinking that he had acid reflux, but it wasn't that.
It was that the food wasn't going down. So here's the small intestines. Now, what I want you to see, this is the fatty apron. This is the greater omentum. Okay, so the greater omentum is, that's where the fat collects in our belly. Okay.
Great.
Yeah, so that's what it looks like. Okay, now the idea is it's got lymph in it, it's got blood vessels in it to keep those cells alive. And it kind of serves as like an immune response. If something happens and it gets perforated, this is covering that, and it could help, white blood cells could help. Like if you have a perforation and things are oozing out. I mean, they can't save you for sure, but it starts to help. Okay, so greater omentum. Lovely, huh? Okay, now, small intestines. This is all small intestines. And small intestines are long, but they're narrow. Okay, they're small in diameter. This that holds the small intestines together, that's the lesser omentum. Is that on your list?
It is not.
No.
Okay, well anyhow, that's the lesser omentum. So don't worry, don't worry too much about it. But isn't that cool? So like in the war movies where the guts come spilling out,
Yeah.
okay, they're not really going to spill out because unless this omentum is totally like cut.
She's taking it for everybody.
Okay, does that make sense?
Yeah, there is the greater omentum and the.
But the lesser.
The lesser's not on there.
Oh, okay.
I know. So there's the lesser. Now, so we go from the small intestines, and what we're going to do is we're going to go around, and we're going to come to the colon, or the large intestines. So you can see here, here's the small, here's the large. Okay, where they meet, there's a blind pouch. Okay, so they don't meet like this. The small and the large don't meet end to end like this, because this is so much smaller. So the way that it's set up is it goes like this. So there's
So it's
this,
perpendicular.
yes. Well, that would be the right geometric term. Okay, so this blind pouch is where, in us, the appendix comes off. Okay, so that's where the appendix is, so things can get stuck in there. Okay, and then you get appendicitis.
My son had that in March.
Oh,
I know you guys think I'm crazy, but it's true.
the blind pouch, this pouch is called the cecum. Okay.
Why does that happen?
Why does
Why-
it?
Why
Because
does that happen with the appendicitis thing?
it's just this extra little organ, and what happens is we have this little space back here, and things get stuck in there. And if things get stuck in there, they can they can get an infection. They can get infected.
The cecum's supposed to be like where it starts to reabsorb whatever the small intestine missed. So it's kind of like the starting process of that. So it's supposed to be like there's lots of different things in there that kind of can get infected.
Is there like a deficiency
No.
that causes
It's
that?
just
It's just by
chance.
chance.
Mm-hmm. It's just totally by
Because I
chance.
often wondered why he did, why
It's
this
just
happened
chance, I think, right?
How are we spelling cecum?
CECUM.
Okay.
Is that on there anywhere? Probably not.
Mm-mm.
Okay, but that's what it is. Okay, and then you're going to have the large intestines. And on here, it's hard to see the ascending and the descending and all that. But here's the large intestines, which is the colon.
So the cecum and the what the hell is that called now?
Appendix?
Yeah, that's the same thing.
No, the appendix hangs off the cecum.
But the cecum is where the intestine and the little small and large join.
Yep. The pouch at the end, that blind pouch. Yep.
I set this here. Could you?
Yeah, well, it's there.
Oh, sorry. Oh, yeah, I can set this up.
Will it work?
It will. Hold
Cool.
on. Is there a book or something? Or something?
Yeah, you can put it on that one.
Oh, gosh, what is this? Beautiful. Just lay it down there flat. I just threw the paper.
It's all right. Okay, so that's the cecum. Does that kind of make sense? Yes, Nikki, are you okay? All right. So that's the place where they. There.
There you go.
Perfect. All right.
I'm not shaking.
I'm standing there.
So there's the large
I had
intestine.
arm day yesterday. My arms were killing me.
Oh no, and then I'm having you hold it. So there's the large intestines. Okay, and there's an omentum that's going to attach the large intestines, and that's probably not on there either. But yeah, that's the mesentery. Yeah. Mesentery.
Which one is
No,
that?
wait. What's mesentery?
There's a mesentery
Is
number
this?
4.
Oh, I messed up. Okay, this is the mesentery.
What
I'm
is
totally
Okay.
messed up. I'm not totally messed up, but watch. Sorry.
No, I'm not upset.
Okay, this is the greater omentum. Okay, greater omentum's right here, that big fat.
So that's 2.
Yep. Okay, now, the lesser omentum actually is going to hook the stomach and everything together, so don't worry about that. Mesentery, this is mesentery.
That's what holds the small.
That's what holds the small intestines in. Okay, mesentery. Okay.
That's not the smaller momentum.
No, the smaller omentum it actually is hooking the stomach in, and it's hard to see.
So the mesentery is what
The,
holds the
and small
intestines.
intestines in. Yeah. And then what else do you have on there? Do you have the
We have the greater omentum reflected, so. I
Yeah, it
guess
just
when
means
folds
it's pulled
back.
up. Yeah, you can pull it out.
What's meant by that?
Reflected just means it's pulled up instead of down. Like they
That's
just
3.
Yeah.
yeah,
That's
3. So if
4 is mesentery.
yeah. So it's just like if you took the greater omentum that's down here like this and pull it up.
Oh,
Okay.
because that's important.
Yeah.
So it really
Yeah, 'cause
is like an apron. It just
Yeah.
flips.
It's an apron. Yep.
What did we say 1 was?
One was
we didn't
the-
say it. It's the
Falciform
It's not, it's the
ligament.
falciform ligament. It's the ligament that separates the lobes of the liver.
Oh, okay, that's good to know.
All right, now, and you remember where the stomach is, and you remember where the pancreas is. Yuck. This is lovely. There's the pancreas. Okay, and then the spleen. Yeah, the chewed up gum. That's the pancreas. All right, does that kind of make sense? Kind of put it together. Okay, I'm going to put this away. Do you want to just stop that, and then we'll make another one? And then they'll